What's going on, YouTube? This is 3zinferno. So today we're going to be talking about reprints and how they're going to affect the game. Now, I really think reprints it causes the game to become more luck sacking. Okay. Now, why do I say this? The more the cards get reprinted, the more accessible they are to people. So the prices drop in the secondary market. Therefore, they're easier to get for people. Now, you're telling me, no, this is a good thing because everyone can have access to the cards and they can make any deck they want. Okay? True. But I could have done that on things like Dual Network. We've had Dual Network for a long time now. Dual Network came out just recently, but we've had other things like Dual Network. I forgot what it was called, like YVD, Virtual Desktop. We've had that for a while. And I used to use it just to play test with. So there's no reason, like, and you can proxy, okay? Even though it's not as good as having the real card, proxying is still a way to test the deck, test new things, and figure it out, and then go get the cards if you need them. Now, people will tell me, yeah, but some people just don't have the money for it, and blah, 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 okay? Now, if the deck works so well that it wins and wins and wins, why would you not set a goal and make the money and go get it? Now, when I started with nothing. I bought structure decks, and I made, and I was like, how do I get better? So my first structure deck was the gadget structure deck. I got 3 structure decks of that, made gadgets, ran Sakuretsu armor and DD warrior ladies and things like that, and went to locals. And that's how I started, with structure decks and a few extra cards. And then I started playing, winning tournaments, slowly getting cards at that, and then trading through hard work. That's how I got to where I am now. So don't be telling me like, that's the only way people get into the game is reprints. That's not true. If you work hard and you do, you just use, like, you don't even have to start with expensive decks. There's a lot of good common decks right now that can actually win tournaments. Like, even just locals. Gladiator Beasts are still very viable. Black Wings are so good now. And, like, they have everything common or rare, basically. Or in that dual, like, that Crow pack. Like, everything is basically super or below. And they're cheap. Gadgets are still really good. Okay? If you buy those 3 structure decks, like, they're still amazing. So, I mean, like, there's a lot of decks that aren't even that expensive. That you can still play. So I really don't find that argument as viable. And also, getting to my main point, the more people that have access to cards that are good, there's just more ability for them to luck sack. What I mean by luck sack is having the best hand just because, and just winning because of that. Not because of skill, okay, but just because you have the cards. So now, when no one had access to, like, let's say a Christia, for example, okay, or it was very hard to find, okay, people who really wanted to run that deck would have to work to get it, okay, but now people can just buy whatever it comes in, that tin, and get a Christia, and now they can just splash it, like run Bahalia and Christia, and that's it, and that's all they need to do, okay, like, there's no skill in that, okay, which really disappoints me, because, like, just having access to cards, just doesn't make you better. It just makes you better at luck, like being lucky and drawing the best cards because you have them, because they're so easily accessible, okay? Not because you know that in this combo they're broken, but just because they're just good, period. Like Christia, or even Duality, okay? So again, I'm still ranting because I got kicked out a little bit, but I mean, it's the truth, and that's what I really think. That reprints giving more people access to cards just increases their chances of sacking other people who are actually more skilled. Today at my locals, some guy had a Veiler in hand, and he asked me if I could do a Veiler Lone Fire, and I said no, because it's sent to the graveyard. But then I Lone Fired into Dandelion and a Reborn Lone Fire to tribute my Dandelion, and he didn't Veiler. Okay. Just because you have access to those cards doesn't mean you can use them skillfully. You still need to learn to play with the cards right. But then he still beats me game 3 because he has, the nuts. But that's increased by the likelihood of him having nuts is increased by having access to all these cards. He doesn't even need to test them. He just knows they're good. Okay? Which is my point. I just hate that. So, that's all I have to say for this video. Stick around, stay tuned. I will have a few more videos before I go to Hong Kong, and I will try to make videos there, but I won't have any cards on me, because they play OCG and I do not own OCG. So, I'll probably make some new Generation Force videos when I'm in Hong Kong. Alright, thanks guys, 3zinferno signing out.